Okay, Facebook is saying I'm live. If you can hear me and you're here, please let me know that you can hear me because sometimes I don't know and there's a bit of a delay between me going live and it actually showing. So I'm going to check on my phone whilst you're joining, if anyone's going to join me. I'm really glad to be here. I've just been dealing with builders. Anyone who's had building work will know how stressful that is. So I'm just going to see if I'm live and you can hear me. Hopefully you can. I can see people joining. Let's have a look. Yay, you can hear me. You can hear me. That's good. Good, good, good. Hello, lovely ladies. Welcome to Friday. And I was just saying I've been dealing with builders this afternoon. Oh my goodness, they're so stressful, aren't they? I said to Mark the other day that if I ever come up with a building idea ever again, like he just needs to talk me out of it because it's too much. It's too much. Hi lovelies, hi Carrie, thank you for letting me know. Hi Helen, thanks for joining. Yeah, so I was like, I just need to go in my group and be surrounded by lots of lovely energy rather than deal with this building rubbish. But hopefully we might have our extension built by Christmas. Whether or not we'll be able to go into it, I don't know. But today I am going to give you 3 tips for increasing your prices. And the reason I'm doing this is I've had several questions about this. It's really interesting. Themes sort of come up in questions quite a lot. And we talked about it in Money Alchemy Academy. We had a live call in the Academy last week. And it was one of the questions that got asked there as well. So I thought it'd be really cool to do a little bit of training that will give you some very practical tips that will help you increase your prices in a way that doesn't feel icky. Now, I want to just say, like, increasing your prices is a challenge. Okay, and many coaches will just say, just double your prices and go for it. But here's the thing. If you double your prices or increase your prices even a little bit, and you're not in alignment, a couple of things happen. One, you might find you stop trying to sell. You might stop talking about what you're selling. And 2, when you do start to sell what you're selling, especially if it's face to face, when someone asks you the price or you give them the price, your body might actually betray you. And I've talked about this before, but here's what my body does. So my tongue stops working properly. So like I can't speak properly. And then I get this like creeping redness coming up from my chest and my face starts burning. Now that happens quite a lot, especially when you work with money energy. It gets really hot. But I know what it is when it's happening when I'm selling. It's like I'm out of alignment, completely out of alignment with my prices. And getting into alignment takes a little bit of work, and I have something to tell you about at the end of this video that you might be interested in, but if you're not, you're still going to get huge value out of this. So today is all about practical tips, and what I would say is try the practical tips, and like if you're still having trouble, then let me know and we can talk about other ways of doing it, okay? Because it is different for everyone, but these tips tend to work for everyone. They're great ways of really, really having a bit more confidence in what it is that you're saying when it comes to your pricing. Okay, I'm going to be checking the comments every now and then. I've got you might not have it, I don't know, because Facebook update different people's Facebooks at different times. I now have comments below my video rather than to the side, so I have to keep scrolling to see what you're saying. So, is there anyone here that thinks, yeah, I'd love to put my prices up, but it just feels really yucky? Or, maybe you think that there's a going rate that you can't actually charge more. That I call going rate-itis, by the way, and it's really interesting. We tell ourselves stories all the time, okay? And what other people charge, going rate-itis, is a story that we tell ourselves, that I can't charge £180 for this because everyone else only charges £60. But actually it's not true. Like, different people will pay different amounts depending on what they're after. You know, when I see services that are really low price, I question, like, why is that a low price? Why is that so low? So sometimes being the cheapest or being the same as everyone else isn't great. Sometimes you can differentiate by price. So here are my 3 tips for increasing your prices. Now, everything I do has to feel aligned for me. Like, it has to feel genuine. I've watched a lot of entrepreneurs. I even work for an entrepreneur, and it really stopped me from getting out here and doing this work, because I felt like there was a lot of lack of being genuine going on, and that just doesn't, like, just the thought of it, yuck. So whatever I say with my pricing, I know it has to be true, and I know you are like that too, because you are the types of people that I attract. Like attracts like. Okay, so what I do is I set myself a target, and once I say the price, or say that my price is going up, for example, and it's going up at the end of the month, then I commit to that, because I've made that promise to everyone else. Okay, when I say my prices are going up after, maybe Sunday. The other day I did a post that said, well, I say the other day, it was a couple of months ago, that my Sacred Money reading call was going up from £49 to £99. Okay, and you all had until the Sunday to book in. Yeah, go and look on the website now. It's £99, just like I said it was going to be, because I made that commitment to you. So you can do that. You can set yourself and tell people, I'm going to put my prices up next month, next week, at the end of the next 3 months. And what that will do is it will create a commitment inside you, and you don't want to let your people down. You promised them you were going to put your prices up, so you put your prices up. And one of the great things about doing it this way is that when you say you're going to put your prices up, many people who have been on the fence, they actually want to come and work with you. They want to try it. So they're going to try it at perhaps the lower price. And you often find that those people are really keen to carry on working with you as well. It's like, oh, I totally see the value now. If they weren't sure before, if they were sitting on the fence before, they're all in after that, if you see what I mean. So set yourself a deadline for increasing prices. And you don't even have to say how much it's going to be, just that you're going to increase your prices. Yeah? I'm just going to check in the comments here. Carrie says she's just in negotiation with a new contract. Oh, yes, that's exciting. Abby says, thanks to the money work, I went straight in at top dollar for the dog business. Woohoo! And don't bat an eyelid. Yeah. Because you offer an outstanding service, don't you? Yeah. And I don't want everyone to buy, only your ideal clients. Most of next year is booked up already. Yeah, so Abby's touched on something really, really important there. When you charge your ideal price, your ideal clients will come to you. Okay, the ones that, you do get ideal clients at different levels, but what you find is the majority of your clients that are coming to you are your ideal clients. They're easier to work with. They get better results because they're more committed to what you do. And that's amazing. And Abby went in straight in. She knew she had a good service. She gives a good service. She went straight in. And you get repeat clients as well, don't you, Abby, as a result of that? It's brilliant. It's an amazing thing, putting your prices up. But it takes a lot of confidence. And I'm still on that confidence journey. My prices are still way lower than what I would perceive as my competition. So I'm still working on that journey. But the last time that I launched Money Alchemy Academy, the final big launch where everyone joined in one go, it was I think it was 497, and I promised everyone who arrived that they would never see it at that price again. Okay, and that I was true to my word. The price has gone up quite a bit, and those of you that have come into my world recently, you'll see it's not 497 anymore. It's a bit more. It's quite a bit more, because that helped me. My goodness, that helped me to put that price up. Okay, I know Money Alchemy Academy is transformational. Okay, I know when you do the work in the academy, everything changes for you. and it's worth what I'm charging. But I was struggling myself with like, how can I get above this? How can I get above this? So I made a commitment. I put my stake in the ground, and I said, from this point on, it will never be this price again. Yeah, it will only go up. Okay. And that's a really good way to commit yourself to putting your price up, but also to prepare your clients for it as well, and give them the opportunity to buy it whilst it's at the lower price as well, and you'll get a flurry of people coming in. Yeah. Abby says, still lots of work to do for the coaching business. Yeah, there's some different things come up for that, don't they, Abby? And we've talked about that. Lots of different. It's very different when you're selling yourself. Isn't it? It's very different. I have two different businesses. What's really interesting is that I find my other business really easy, because people come to me and they're basically saying, take my money. I don't have to sell at all in that business. But in this business, I have to do the marketing. I don't have to do it. I enjoy doing the marketing. I do the marketing. I invite people into my world. I encourage them and all that type of thing. And it just feels very different. So I get that. I totally get that. So that's the first tip. That is set a deadline. And like I said, you can just say, you'll never see it at this price again. It's going to go up. Yeah. So another thing you can do, and I share this with my one-to-one clients, that is to set yourself a number of clients that you will take at your current price before you set it up. So, it might be 10, it might be 3. It would depend on your sales velocity. So, what you could do, if you're selling, for example, coaching packages, you could say, right, the next 5 people, and you can say this on social media and in your emails, the next 5 people can get it at the existing price. So it's very similar to the first one, but it's just a different way of thinking. But after that, the price goes up. And you might want to say what it goes up to, or you might not want to say what it goes up to, what it goes up to. But the important thing is that you commit to that. Yeah. And the way I've done that in the past is, I think I had 5 people in my Charge Your Worth program. I had 5 post-its on my wall. I wanted to get 5 more people in my Charge Your Worth program, and every time one came in, I took the post-it off the wall, and then when I had no post-its, I increased the price, because I wanted it to be genuine, what I was saying. Like, that's so important for the work that we do. And the work I do, for the work you do, it's so important to be genuine. And I don't know why I feel the need to say this. Like, I think because I've worked with entrepreneurs who are very not genuine, and they're really it's quite sleazy and yucky. And I really struggled, particularly when I worked with one entrepreneur, like the tactic, and it is tactics, like, that's horrible. I never want to use tactics like that. I just want to do me and be like really honest about these things. So when I took off the 5th post-it note, the Charge Your Worth program went up. Okay, and it went up a lot. But that was how I set myself the goal, and how I also informed people, if you want it at this price, I've only got 5 spots available now. Yeah. So the first way is to set a date, or like not a date, just say after this point, if you're launching, after this launch, it's going up. The next one is to have a number that you're willing to sell the last few places at. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3, maybe it's 5, maybe it's, pick a number. But don't make it a number that takes you into like a year's time. Make it a number that's like a couple of months away, so that you can warm up to it. And then you're really open. In those 2 tips, you're really open about your prices going up. So people aren't like, well, I didn't know your prices were going up. That's, it's a steep hike. Like, they know the price is going up. I'm just looking at my notes, because you know what I'm like. I go off on tangents. The other one is to make sure you are fully aligned. Really, really aligned. And like I said, this does take a lot of work. And I'm going to tell you one thing that you can do. Like, you can start doing today. Pick a price. So let's say what you're charging at the moment is £500 for whatever it is. And you think, actually, do you know what? I actually want to charge £750 or £1,000. Pick the number that you want it to be. One way to get in alignment, and it does take quite a bit of work, but one way to get into alignment is just walk around saying, yeah, my price is £750. It's £750. It's £750. Yeah, my program is £750. My service is £750. My package is £750. You know, if you want to work with me, it's £750. And just keep saying it over and over and over again. It's kind of like a mini affirmation. And like literally don't attach anything to it other than just say it. What this does is so weird when I realise this. Like our mouth gets used to saying certain words and saying certain numbers. And if you put any pressure on yourself, then even saying the simple words are really, really hard if you haven't practiced. That's why we're taught when we do public speaking to practice, run through, yeah? It's so that even if our brain's freaking out, our mouth can kind of be on autopilot to a degree. And that's what you want it to be. You want your number to just kind of fall out your mouth like it's the most natural thing in the world. Yes, you want to work with me? It's £750. Job done, yeah? And that, I can't tell you how valuable that has been for me since I started out on my pricing journey. Because when I started, I wasn't charging very much at all for my coaching session. This is like decades ago. And I was charging the going rate for life coaches. And that was fine. That was fine. But actually, my clients were doing really, really well and they were getting good results. And when I did increase my prices, I just put them up by like £10 a month, which wasn't a lot. They seemed to get even better results. And the reason is they were more committed because it was costing them more. And so they got even, the weird thing is, the more you pay, the more results you get. Not always, it does depend on who you're working with, but mostly, you know, when you work with fully aligned people and you're fully aligned, they get amazing results. They show up, so let's say you do hypnotherapy, and I'm literally just picking numbers off the top of my head now. If you charge someone £30 a session, they're going to show up, and if that £30 isn't an investment for them, they're probably just going to be like, oh yeah, okay, well let's just see how it goes. Now, I don't know that because that for your ideal client that might be a lot of money, okay? But if you say, well, actually it's £150, that client's going to go, oh, okay, I'm going to get in the zone for that. I'm going to have hypnotherapy, you know, and they commit more to it. One coach that I worked with went from charging £50 a session to £1,800 a session. I mean, can you imagine? Like, she was only doing like 2 or 3 one-to-ones a week now. But that's an amazing increase and her results just went through the roof, okay? So just some food for thought there. Get in alignment, okay? Now, what you will find, if you have money blocks, they will show up when you start putting your prices up. Something like this might, like I said, what you might find is that people come on a call with you or they try and book with you, and all of a sudden you stop replying to your emails. Who's ever done that before? I have. I put my prices up and then I run and hide. Oh, Zozia, you missed the beginning. That's okay. You'll be able to catch it on catch up for sure. Carrie says Marissa Peer charges £50,000 to work one-to-one. Right, yeah. And she does rapid transformation therapy, doesn't she? RTT, which is a form of hypnotherapy. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice chunk of money. How committed do you think her clients are when they just hand over 50 grand? Like, it's going to be amazing for them. Absolutely amazing. So get in alignment. And as I said, there's a lot more to it, but being able to say the words, like it just falls out of your mouth and onto a plate. That is a really, really big step. So just, you can do it in your head, but I do recommend saying it out loud. So yeah, whatever you put your price up to, if you're putting it up to £750, yeah, you want to work with me, it's £750. In my program, £750. Just practice it. So that when someone at networking or someone on a discovery call or someone emails you, it's just like, yeah, that's the price. That's the price. And when you put up your prices, as I said, you will notice some big blocks. Get tapping on them. We talk about tapping quite a lot. I might do a video on that for you in a couple of weeks. But you can tap on them. Like all of these blocks that we have, it's really important that we forgive ourselves for them because they're designed to protect us. Like they're doing exactly what they've been designed to do. And isn't that a wonderful thing that, if our mind thinks that something's not right for us, it does everything to stop it happening. That's a sign of a fully functioning, I think it's a reticular activating system. I think that's part of, I'll have to have a look. But yeah, that's a sign of a really functioning brain. Like that's what it's meant to do. So what we have to do is we have to teach the brain what the new normal is, for want of a better phrase. I know that's been bandied around so much in these last few years. But what is the new normal for you? And very quickly, the new normal becomes charging the top end for your dog business. And it's just like, well, yeah, like, why wouldn't I? I'm good at it. I'm this, I'm that. I offer a great service. And your confidence grows as well. And every time you increase your prices, you're going to come up against these blocks because they are like little layers of an onion or levels of a computer game where you meet the same boss at the end of each level, right? So those are my 3 tips for you. Carrie says, yes, remember before she hit the scene and was at the beginner stage and her clients were 100% committed. Yeah, she gets good commitment. I like watching her videos actually. She does quite a lot of videos, doesn't she? So, any questions about increasing your prices, just pop them in the comments and I'll just let you know what I've got for you today. And hopefully you found that really, really useful. I am about to open my Charge Your Worth mini course. And if you are interested, it's 6 sessions recorded. You do it in your own time. And you basically work through some visualization, a bit of healing and a bit of planning on how you're going to approach the increasing your prices. If you don't plan it, if you just say, oh yeah, I'm just going to increase my price, then when people ask you questions, that's when you can come undone a little bit. So we have a little planning session about how you're going to how you're going to pick the number and how you're going to actually answer questions about it. And there's also some really cool marketing tips in that as well. So if you are interested in the Charge Your Worth mini program, just drop me a message, DM me, or comment yes or something on the post below here, and I'll send you the details. And if you don't, that's absolutely fine. I just want to offer it out there in case you are interested. So I'm not seeing any questions coming through, so I hope that means everything's nice and clear. What tip do you think you might use first or next? Which one do you think might be the easiest one for you to start with? I personally love that, setting that commitment to my existing clients where I say you're not going to see this at this price again. Like, I promise you that price is going to go up, because I'm so worried about letting people down that it's a no-brainer for me. If I say that, I'm going to put the prices up. So that one works really, really well for me. And I love that one where I love them all really, but that saying one, I remember walking to the post box, and if anyone saw me, they must have thought I was a crazy woman, because I was walking along and saying my new number over and over again. But it worked, The next time that I sold that product, it literally just went, yeah, that's the price. And the client went, yeah, where do I sign? And then I was like, oh, why didn't I have my prices up sooner? Okay, Carrie, I'm glad you liked it. Hope everyone else did. And I'm not getting any questions coming through, but I'll keep checking back in case you do have questions. Oh, Annalise come through. I put my prices up now and have had a wobble. I'm going to do some alignment work. Yeah, so hopefully these tips will really help you. Just walk around saying your new price, Annalise, and think about how, how can you get into alignment? Lots and lots of different ways. And we all have different ways of doing that. And if you do want a hand, just drop me a message and I'll send you the details about that mini program. Zozia said I'd set a price, and when I spoke to a client, instead of saying 200s, I said 300s. 300 and the client just said yes. I love that. When you accidentally say the wrong one and it's higher and they just go, yeah. Like, that gives you so much confidence, doesn't it? I'm going to give you a little bonus tip here as well, because I just love this tip, and I know some of you have heard me share this with you. Like, when you put your prices up, go for no. Go for no, because when we're in the headspace of looking for a yes, it's very, very important to us that we get that yes. When you go for no, it takes away the pressure, okay? It makes talking to people about what you do fun, okay? And that is what selling should be. Selling should be easy and fun. So, you know what? It depends on the velocity of your sales again, but if you're making several sales each week, you might want to say, well, do you know what? I'm going to go for 5 no's in a row. And you're not going to get 5 no's in a row, even with your new price. You're just going to get a yes. So, but it takes that pressure off of you. Aiming for a no means you're not chasing the yes. It also means you're actually more natural when you're doing your selling. Like, you're just like, it's easier. It's easier to say the number because you're like, I'm going to go for a no, and say it and see what they say. That's going to be no, and that's okay. And then, reward yourself, put a post-it on your wall or something like that. But it's a brilliant game to play. And it's not a negative focus. It's just about lightening the energy around that yes, because yes seems like a positive energy, doesn't it? But when we're chasing it, we really zap that positive energy out of it. Zozia said, so much confidence. And I was so worried about the call beforehand. Yeah, I love that. Your subconscious mind was definitely on your side that day, lovely. Okay, I'm going to let you go, lovelies. Look at that, under half an hour. That's what I've been promising to do for 3 years. Go under half an hour. I've done it. All right, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. I will see you soon.